Hello, everyone. I'm going to get us going on Facebook and then we will get going. Let's see. I appreciate everybody's patience as I get this going. Let's see if I can refresh on Facebook. Streaming software. Persistent stream key. We're going to get this. I appreciate everybody's patience. I think it cut out on us. I fixed. So my next move may be a new computer. All right. Family, excited. We are back at our week. I was having big time internet issues and I think I'm still having some internet issues. So it looks like I'm going to get a new computer. No big deal. We will press on, we'll press forward. Just want to make a quick announcement for this next week's class. It is Super Bowl Sunday. As we know, I'm a big sports fan, so I'm going to change the time of class this coming Sunday from 7 p.m. We're going to do it in the morning. So we will do it at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. West Coast, 10 a.m. Eastern for the class this Sunday. Give everybody time to get where they're going safely to watch the Super Bowl if you're going anywhere. And then just time to enjoy time with friends and family while you're making good choices, right? That's what it's all about. But anyway, if you are watching live, go ahead, just drop a hashtag live. I know there's going to be a lot of people catching the replay on this one. Totally fine. Doesn't matter when you get the information, just as long as you are getting the information. And we will probably go back over some of the same stuff on Sunday because I want to really drive this home and I want to make sure that people are getting the information, right? So I appreciate, again, the patience on making sure that I'm able to bring this really high quality to you, right? I didn't want the same issue we had the weekend before. So I wanted to make sure I got my internet updated, which I did. And so now I will go ahead and get a new computer as well. But we press on, right? Technology happens. Life happens. That's what it's all about, is being able to overcome those obstacles and just keep moving and problem solve. That's the biggest thing, problem solving and just being able to course correct and jump right back on track. So as we talk about tonight's topic, so I really want to talk about the compound effect, what's easy to do and what is also easy not to do. Okay. So before we get into that though, let's go over our outline, right? Our general topics. What are the important key points of Health Accelerator, right? What we eat, what we think, what we do. Again, when we talk about the compound effect of what we eat, what we think, and what we do really drives our success. Okay. And so when we talk in terms of what's the formula, right? What is the 7-step signature system? What is this compound effect that we need to be focused on? So the first step is the opt-in, right? So we're going to make sure we're making the decision Every single time we make a decision, hey, am I opting in? Am I choosing me? Am I choosing the things that are going to move me forward? So that's the opt in. Then we have the education. When we know better, we do better. Then we have accountability, and then tracking, behavior modification, track all wins, and then finally give back. So you can see how this, again, the 7-step signature system is a compound effect, right? It builds on on itself. We opt in, we get the education so we can do better. Then we hold ourselves accountable and work with our accountability partners and our coaches to make sure we're accountable. Then we track it. We've got to track our numbers. We've got to track everything that's going right, right? Because behavior that receives attention is behavior that's repeated. So we're tracking what's going right, and we're acknowledging by tracking what's going wrong, but we're not giving a whole lot of attention to it. And then we have behavior modification, which then creates habits, which then allows us to celebrate our wins. And then we're able to give back. So you see, that's a compound effect as well. Okay, so what is the formula that we're looking for? So when we're eating our meals, right, this is a very simple formula. And the quicker you memorize this, the much easier it's going to be, so much easier for you to just be on autopilot, right? When we're making decisions. 20 to 30 grams of protein every single time you eat, 5+ grams of fiber, 5 to 8 grams of fat, 10 to 15 grams of carbs or less per meal. And what we look at per day is our net carbohydrates minus our total fiber. So that's going to looking to lose weight. Okay. So that is where we're at when we talk about what is the compound effect that's going to get us the most success, right? So you have the formula. Following the formula, again, better we do better. But when we talk about the compound effect, right? It's easy to do, just like the 7-step signature system is easy to do. The formula is easy. It's right there. It's like you. It's easy to do, but it's also easy not to. Okay, because we have these temptations. It's so easy not to do, but it is to say it may not always be easy, but it's simple, right? We have to trust the process. As a matter of fact, I have a t-shirt from a company called Vital Apparel. It's a fitness brand, and I was trust the process on the back, and I wore it to a doctor's appointment. I forgot I had it on. He's like, trust the process. He's like, what's the process? I said, I don't know. There's processes in all different walks of life, right? So we just have to trust the process and trust we're doing what we're supposed to do. And it was just funny. He was laughing at the logo because it's like a EKG, a heart rate monitor thing. And he was like, that's really, anyway. So just goes to show people are watching this, what we're doing, right? Whether we know or not. Okay, so when we talk about the compound effect, all right, so we have our daily disciplines, right? It's so easy to do, but it's also so easy to neglect those daily disciplines too, right? It's very easy. Then we have our responsibilities, right? We have our things that we're supposed to do, right? So we take responsibility for the things that we're supposed to do, or maybe we play the blame game. That's us not doing what we're supposed to do, right? That's not doing that compound effect. So you've got taking responsibility for your actions and then also playing the blame game. Well, I didn't get this done because I didn't get this done because of this or that or the other. Doesn't matter. You take responsibility. Hey, I didn't get it done today, right? I took responsibility the other day. I didn't get my workout in. I simply didn't want to, right? I went to the gym because I know I promise y'all, I practice what I preach. I went to the gym, drove there, got out of my car, went in, and after about 12 to 15 minutes of being there, I was like, I do not want to be here. I still don't want to be here. And so I left, right? I left. And that was okay because the next day no big deal. Today, no big deal. I was there, got my workouts in, we're all good. But we all have those days, right? So that wasn't necessarily neglect. I went, but it was me taking responsibility of, hey, this isn't where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm listening to my body. I need a break. I'm going to leave. And it was all good. Okay. And then, so the compound effect, right? It's a few simple practices. And I want to read this and make sure I say it correctly. Okay. A few simple disciplines practiced every day over a long period of time. That's the compound effect. A few simple disciplines practiced every day over a long period of time. That's behavior modification, right? That is when we know the formula, we apply the 7-step signature system over and over and over. Just a few simple behaviors, right? Behavior that receives attention is behavior that's repeated. It's that 1%, like we talk about when we talk about atomic habits, that 1% better every day. We apply it over and over and over, and that leads to our success. But the opposite of that is a few errors in judgment repeated every day over a long period of time. That's going to lead to us not achieving our goals, right? That's just the reality. If you think back to a time where you were really successful, look back on the actions you took daily to get there. I know for a fact I've got my food logs all right here. They sit right next to my right here on my desk so I can look at them. And I know when I'm applying the formula over and over and over, that led to losing 1 pound 113 times. It just did, right? Not always easy, but it was simple. It was, let me just plug and play. Okay. And so when we talk about the lifestyle that we want to achieve, okay, so the goals that we want to achieve. So we have this ultimate lifestyle that we have designed in our head, this idea of the life that we want to live, that we are constantly working towards. So we have this lifestyle in mind. Okay. In order to get the lifestyle, we've got to have the results, right? And in order to get the results, we've got to have the actions. Okay. And then in order to have the actions, we've got to have the right attitude. And in order to have the right philosophy, so you see how we reverse engineer that. So it starts with philosophy. If your philosophy is flawed, we've got problems, right? If our philosophy is flawed, we've got problems. So we start with our philosophy. It's that basis, our why, right? That's why it is so important to have that strong why that we talk about. Why do you want the certain lifestyle that you have? That you want? Why do you want that lifestyle? Okay. Is it because you want freedom? Is it because you want health? And this can be applied to business. It can be applied to life. It can be applied to health, everything, right? We've got to have that foundation of a good, strong philosophy. So that good, strong why. Why do you want the lifestyle that is going to come out of the results, which are going to come out of the actions? Right? So think about that. And that's why it's incredibly important to have that really strong why. And if you are not willing to do those little things day in and day out to have that compound effect, then your philosophy is probably flawed. Your why is probably not quite strong enough. Maybe you think that's what your why should be. But, and I think I've said this before, I don't remember if I've said it in this training. I know I've said this a lot though. We don't live in the world of should, right? We can't live in a world of should. We live in a world of what is, right? And so when we say, well, I should do this, I should do that, I should do a lot of things, right? But it's a matter of really thinking about, hey, what is it that I want and why do I want it? Okay. There was a colleague of mine who had a goal to make $10,000 a month, right? So his goal was $10,000 a month. Well, why? Well, the goal was to make $10,000 a month because he wanted a bigger house. Okay, but why do you want a bigger house? Well, I want a bigger house so that my daughter doesn't have to share a room with my son. Bingo. The why is you don't want your daughter to have to share a room with your son because your kids are getting older. That's your why, not I want to make 10,000 a month, not I want a bigger house. The why is that deeper rooted cause of I want my daughter to have her own room. And so that's going to make you much more willing to do the work, whatever the work is, than, oh, well, I just want a bigger house. Well, right, but you have a house. And so, yeah, you want a bigger house, but why do you want that bigger house? And so if you think about it, think about your health goals, your business goals, your finance goals, your relationship goals, whatever the goals of the buckets that you're working on. Okay. Why? What's your why? That's going to lay that rock solid philosophy, that foundation, right? And then your philosophy is going to create your attitude because you've got to have a good attitude, right? Some of you probably saw on my Facebook or my LinkedIn, I had the opportunity to MC a huge event where very successful entrepreneur spoke, and he talked about Got Game is his new book that he's got out. And GAME stands for Great Associations, Mentors, and Environments, right? So when we talk about accountability and we talk about the attitude, look around, and we've all heard this so many times, but I'm going to say it again. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, right? And so take a look at who is it that you are spending the most time with. And then that's going to likely dictate your attitude. Okay. And here's the thing. A lot of my time is spent watching and listening to motivational YouTube videos, right? That's what I have it on in the background when I'm getting ready. I have it on the background when I'm driving to the gym. Sometimes it spills over and I'm listening to it at the gym, or I'm listening to a book at the gym. So these are the things that spill over. And these are the people, even though I'm not face to face with them, but these are the people that I'm spending a lot of time with on a daily basis. And so therefore my attitude can be elevated. And so even if you're in an environment where maybe it's not the most positive environment around you, right? The people around you aren't necessarily always the most positive, but you can drown them out and decide how you respond to how they are acting, right? I'm reading a book right now by Mel Robbins, and you've probably heard of this, but it's the let them theory, right? It's let them be upset. Let them do what they want to do. Let them not include me. Just let them. The flip side to that is let me, right? So you have to do the let me after you let them, right? You're letting them do what they want to do. We're not responding. And we talk about this, right? We can control how we respond. We can't control other people's actions. That's just behavior 101. Okay. I can control how I respond. So I'm going to let them do what they want to do, but I have to let me take the necessary actions to create that compound effect that's going to really, really drive home what it is I'm trying to do and what it is I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, so very, very powerful stuff here. And the compound effect, again, it goes back to our original philosophy. Why do we want the things we want? And then what's our attitude around achieving those things? And then after we those things, our lifestyle going to reverse engineer you lifestyle you want, and then you figure out what it's going to take to get there, right? What are the results you need in order to achieve that lifestyle? Do you need to lose a certain amount of weight? Do you need to get a certain amount of numbers down on your lab work? Do you need to increase your muscle mass because you want to increase the amount of weight you're lifting? What does that look like? right? So what are those results that you want? And then what are the actions you have to take to get those results? So you see how you can just easily reverse engineer all the way back to the why do I want to do this? And then you can create those daily disciplines. So you see how it all circles back to the compound effect. So these actions turn into these daily disciplines. Step 5 of the 7-step signature system, behavior modification. So those daily disciplines, remember, discipline is simply choosing between what you want now and what you want most. We've said that a lot lately too. Okay. So those daily disciplines turn into that life of responsibility, you taking responsibility for your actions and your decisions. Right. And then those little simple disciplines practiced every day over a period of time turn into the success. Right. No more are we playing the blame game. We're going to let them. Right. We're not living a life of blame. We're just going to let them do what they want to do because I can't control what they do. I can control how I respond. And I'm going to respond by saying, thank you. You're over here. We're good. Right. And so then we simply continue to make those small changes over time to really get that huge compound effect. Those 1% changes every day make us wildly successful throughout the year. That was that compound effect of I lost 1 pound, did the effect 113 times, got to my goal weight, right? What is the compound effect of me showing up for my weight training? I'm able to consistently increase the weight that I lift. And when I miss some workouts because maybe I've got some other stuff going on and maybe I don't lift as heavy one day or I'm tired when I go to the gym and it's just kind of a not a great workout, guess what? Every day can't be your best day in the gym. It just can't, right? Life happens. Your energy levels are different and it just happens, right? Life happens, but it's how you respond to it. It's how you show up consistently because you better believe I may not have the best workout, but I'm going to be there, right? That's one thing nobody has ever been able to say is Carly doesn't show up, right? I'm going to be there. I'm going to workouts. Okay. And that's something that my trainer, it's funny, he teaches a wellness class at college and he tells people that all the time. He's like, Carly had all this going on, but she stayed consistent. She showed up. And so even when I had that broken foot, I still showed up and did what I had to do. And so these are the things that get to that compound effect. All right. So what I want you to weigh, so your call to action and your action steps between Sunday, I want you to really dig deep out that I want the lifestyle that I want. And what are 3 daily disciplines that I can do compound effect? 3 daily disciplines that I can do to the success that I'm looking for. Okay? And I want you to always remember that better is better. Okay? Better is better. It's about progress and is perfect. But you can get a little bit better every day. Okay? So please remember special time on Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So I will see you here 10 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. And I will see you in the book group. In the meantime, if you're in a coaching program, I will see you on text. To seeing each and every one of you continue to make the progress that you want to make as we move through February and really settle into 2025 and really get those goals ironed out so you can reach new levels and exceed your expectations. So proud of each and every one of you for showing up, whether you were live or catching the replay. I appreciate each and every one of you for listening in and continuing to pour into the Health Accelerator community. You all give me joy and bring me joy. And I love giving back and being able to be here and continue to bring the content that you're looking for. So if there is something that you would like to see that you haven't heard me talk about in a while, coaching program, please let me know. I will see where, what, and we will go from there. So I'm super, I'll see you back here Sunday, 10 a.m. And until then, I'll see you in the Facebook group and on text message. Bye, everybody.